just describing the early morning arrival of the players and what they had to do, what everybody had to go through, but particularly the players.
And like for our players had to wait a half hour before they could enter the building after they tested. And most days our chefs would make them breakfast and bring it out to their car. So the first person they're seeing is our chefs in the morning who are serving them.
In some ways, did it make it easier that you had a young team, a bunch of guys, many of whom had never played in the NBA before? Did that make this easier, do you think, for the Thunder? Because so many of these guys were just sort of glad to get a shot at the NBA. And if somebody like me would have had to do that, I'd have been bitching about, game 2 and wouldn't have stopped. But did this make it easier that so many young guys going through this?
Well, first of all, Barry, if you brought that attitude here, we would flush that out right away. We'd get that addressed. Kenrich Williams would grab you by the shirt and get you in order.
Nah, I'm not snatching anybody by the collar, but I'm definitely me being older and kind of having some years in the league. I definitely try to just let the young guys know kind of right from wrong. Of course, I'm not the parent or anything, but what I can do is kind of give good advice, and hopefully they can run with
that. But I think it's not a young old thing. Like Scala, Horford, like those guys, Kenrich Williams. Those guys were right in line. I just thought the adversity of the season and the challenge of the season brought out the best in everybody, and it's a real character test. And I think it's that the character of the people. It transcends age, it transcends expectations, it transcends anything like that. I thought it was more a byproduct of the character of the people we have top to bottom, especially on our roster, than it was the youth of the team. I do think for guys, young guys trying to prove themselves and trying to really get their footing in the NBA, to have to endure some of the things that they had to endure this year, it was really impressive, how they were able to build their professional habits and strengthen their muscles in that way. Despite the challenges. And then, like I said, for guys like Al and Muscala and Kenrich Williams and some of the older guys, I thought, they set the tone as well. I mean, they were as consistent as anybody despite their experience.